Mm. Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy, Marky Mark Throw. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hey, Jocelyn. Oh, yeah, it was good. I pretty much finished my mom's bedroom. I just gotta go there tomorrow for like maybe an hour or so, and I have to like put a second, first and second coat on the very bottom where the carpet is, because I have to move like all the furniture to the middle and then cut all the way around. But I managed to paint the entire room, ceiling, walls. I cut everything I could in the time frame that I had. Two coats. My mom and dad's happy. I told them not to sleep in there because it stinks of paint. They're gonna sleep in my mom's gonna sleep in my bedroom. My dad's gonna sleep in my sister's old bedroom. So, but no, my dad he'll probably sleep in that damn room like an idiot, but because he says he don't smell anything. And Lord knows it was airing out. As of 3 o'clock, I stopped painting. So they usually go to bed like 9, 10, something like that. So I don't know. They might have slept in there. I don't know if it was that bad or not. I didn't ask them. Yeah, it was good. I got it done. That's the main thing. Yeah, I'm tired. Um, but I started at like 10, and then I finished at like 3 nonstop. I probably had like a half an hour break just to eat some lunch. But I had to get it out, get it done because I know how my parents are, and I don't want to hold them up I don't want to. I need to get them out of the way so I can get my own work done. But yeah, I'm pretty tired. My neck hurts from looking up at the damn ceiling and painting that because the ceiling's big. So But I got it done, and I'm happy with it. It all came out. Nothing went wrong. Everything. Yeah. I My mom says as soon as she gets some good carrots, because she says the carrots that the she goes to like this farmer guy, and he says the carrots should be like coming soon, like maybe another month or so. But like she wants to get Bermuda carrots, and my mom said next month they should be here. So I told her, I said, you can always use the like carrots, the shredded carrots that already come in the bag. She goes, "Oh, you want that?" I said, "Look, I don't really care. At the end of the day, I want you to make the cake." And she goes, "Okay, we can try and make it on the weekend." I was like, "All right, cool." But she made me tuna pasta today, which is my favorite for lunch. I love tuna pasta. My mom makes the best tuna pasta ever. So she when I walked into the door this morning, she was already making it for lunch. So you know, at least I get free lunch out of it. But she's really happy because she says she really wanted an all white room. She always has. She's never really liked the two tone thing. So I said it's easier for me and cheaper because you just buy one paint, one color. So she goes, okay, well, yeah. So I painted everything. When it was finished, she was like, wow, it looks so good. I'm so happy. Looks nice and bright. Looks clean. And I'm like, yeah, looks good. So I had to move the furniture by myself, like just move it a little bit at a time because they can't lift anything. So I pretty much lifted majority of it out of the way. So when I get there in the morning tomorrow, I can just cut around the whole bottom. Then I have to cut around like the door frames, the window frames, and then that's it. And I'll be finished like in about another hour or two, maybe. But yeah, I'll be finished. Tomorrow it'll be finished, and they can sleep in there tomorrow night. But yeah, yeah, she does. They both do. It's just that they have a weird way of showing it sometimes. I'm not the type of person that likes to be um, praised all the time and oh my God, like, and they know I don't like all that stuff anyway. Just a simple thank you will be good enough, and that's all that matters. And that's what they do now. They always say thank you, but they're still a pain in my ass. But it's cool though. I rather them seeing them happy today when I finish painting the room because they get all upset when something bad happens to the house, like the hurricane destroyed the ceiling, and then what I did today, I have it. I have the thing here too. Like it messed up the wall that's on the kitchen wall, and their bedroom wall is attached to where the ceiling collapsed and where the leak was. So there's some rain coming in a little while here too. So we're supposed to have thunderstorms tonight. So I'm like, great. So the if it rains hard tonight, we'll be able to see if the crack holds up, and which it will, because it's rained since then anyway. So let me see if I can find yeah. So yeah, this is the bedroom, like before I painted it. I see all the I scraped all the paint off the wall. See how it's gray, covered up all the bureaus and the bed, and I started painting all the white there. I did the ceiling, chandelier, and all that. So, and if you look at it, that picture like that, see how I was painting the white over the moonstone. So yeah, yeah, oh yeah, it's big. It's a big bedroom. Like this is before I started. Like I was scraping the paint. See the paint? I was scraping the paint. and all the like patches from the cement there, all the stuff that I took off in the trash. I don't know if you can see it properly. It's got like a glare, but yeah, it's like the wall was all messed up. Like the water pretty much like when it leaked, the water like messed up the wall and pushed the paint off the wall and messed it up. So I had to scrape all the old paint off and like prepare it for the new paint. And when I painted when I painted it the first coat, like the first coat, it sucked the paint right in because the wall was exposed. But then when I put the second coat on it, it covered it all up. The paint that I use is very expensive, and it's meant for like it's mildew resistant, and it lasts like years before it gets messed up. So it's a lot of prep work, and it's a lot of like painting. And I didn't have to cut too much because like it's all one color. So like the where the ceiling meets the wall, you just like let the roller go right through. You just gotta have like you gotta do it a certain way to fill in, like to make sure you don't have to cut. Like cut in with the brush and all that stuff. The less I do with the brush, the better. The roller's easier; it just gets things done and stuff like that. But otherwise, that it went well. Everything turned out the way I wanted it to. And then tomorrow, I just got to finish it off. I just got to do the bottom because I couldn't do the bottom today. I had to go pick up my nephew at 3:30. They went back to school today. So every day I pick my nephew up at 3:30 because my sister's working, and I volunteered to go pick him up. So yeah, so I worked from like 10 in the morning until 3, just after 3, and then nonstop. I got it all done, and then tomorrow I'll just go there and just finish it off, and then put all the furniture back, and that's it. And then she says that she wants to get me to paint the closet next, but she says not right now. She needs a break because my mom like she overdoes things. But I told her, I said before Christmas I can do it. I said just like I told her, I said when my nephews are off for Christmas, they get off like on the 18th or the 19th. And I told my mom we could do it right before Christmas and get it all freshened up, and then I can get those guys to come down there and help me take everything out of the closet. Then I'll paint it 2 coats, and then we can put everything back the next day. She's like, okay, we'll see if I get there, and I'm like, oh God, here we go. It's like, Mom, you're not gonna die. Calm down. I hear the rain now. It's raining. It's pouring now. But yeah, she's always worried and always thinking that she's gonna die, and she's always like stressed out because she's got because of the hurricane messed up the house, and it might be something else wrong. And I'm like, Mom, there's nothing else wrong. Calm down. And if there is, we'll fix it. Like it's a part of life. Get over it. You know how many people have problems? But the good thing is like, well, it's not a good thing, but my brother's ceiling came down too. Like a piece of it came down, and they haven't fixed the inside because there's no drywall to fix it. Like Bermuda's waiting for like the container to come in. Oh, it's pouring outside. I can hear it. Dang. Yeah, she's a Capricorn, so it's even worse. But yeah, she's always worried about everything and always worried about like things being bad. She's always worried about like something bad happening to the house. And I'm like, Mom, it's fine. You know? Yeah, you worry. I like even when like she called me like in hysterics and crying, oh my God, this ceiling came down. The world's gonna end. I'm like, Mom, it's fine. What you mean it's fine? It came down. Yeah. I'm like, Mom, it's okay. Like the roof is still there. Nothing's gonna happen. The ceiling is gone. Said it's life. You can fix it. It's not a big deal. Said I fixed the other part when it came down years ago. Remember? She's like, yeah, I know, but this is worse. And I'm like, of course it's worse because you're making it worse. It's the same shit. You know, it happens to everybody's house. It just happens. It's life. I remember this guy, he's passed away now, but he used to be a client of mine. He saw me working on his neighbor's house and he says, hey, can I talk to you? Can you come see my house? I'm like, look, I really don't need no more work, bro. But if you want to give me work, that's fine. But I really don't need no more, like, you know? And he's like, no, please, you know, I'll pay you. I'm like, yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is time. So anyway, long story short, I painted his roof for him, and I did some other odds and ends, did some painting and stuff, and you know, he started to give me more and more work, and I'm like, oh God, like I don't really want no more work at the time because I was busy. And he got solar panels like bolted to his roof. And the guys who put the solar panel on there, when they bolted it to the roof, they never put like silicone around the bolts. So the rain, when it rained really hard, it went through the house, and he had like buckets catching the water inside the house. And thank God it was like tile, and where it was really high. So like it wasn't like, it was bad, but not like extremely bad. So then the next day I said, look, I can't do nothing until it finished raining. And I said, you should call the solar panel guys because they're the ones who fucked this up, not me. And he goes, oh no, I'm not calling them. I want to call you because you know how to fix shit. And I'm like, all right. So the next day I went up there by myself on this damn roof, and I put silicone all around the bolts, and I fixed it all up, and they never called me back because obviously I fixed it. But like, that's one of the reasons why I have a business, because I always have to fix everybody's fuck ups and everybody's mistakes. Ain't nobody coming behind me. I got to go behind them. So it's kind of annoying that people don't even know how to do their own job properly. But like, I told my mom that story. I said, look, this guy's ceiling was leaking. The roof was leaking. The ceiling came down. Everything was fucked up. You know, I said, like, it happens. Like, it's a part of life. People's roofs leak, especially old houses like this. I told him, I said, my sister's house leaked too. Over by we have like a garage. Where our garage is, there's a door. And above the door, there's a roof like that goes like a triangle like this. And it's in between two walls. So what happens over a period of time, like those joints have cracks. And then when the wind comes in the rain, it comes at an angle and it finds a way to get in there, you know, over years. And, you know, things just don't stay together all the time. And I said, we had water on the ground, and I was wondering where the hell it came from. And it came from that crack. We had a crack on our little roof too. I said, it's life. You know, it's a house. And I told her, I said, when we first moved in here, it was like the 5th year we were here. And I remember it rained so much, and the wind was pushing the rain through my windows, and I had towels everywhere. I was like, I almost cried that day because I thought like the hurricane was never going to end. And that's when we got all new windows, because the windows were old. It came with the house. So when we got new windows, it never happened again. But I told my mom, I said, I'm been through bullshit too. You know, it happens. And like you said, you worry over nothing. And I keep telling her, look, whatever breaks, we can fix it. As long as we are healthy and we're okay and nothing happened to us during the hurricane, we didn't break something or break our legs or arms, or that ceiling didn't fall on your head and, you know, knock you the fuck out and kill you possibly. I say, you know, that's all that matters. We can fix the house. Don't worry about it. But she's like, I'm like, oh my God, man, just shut up already. Like, it's gonna get fixed. I have no control over the supplies that we have. You know, if I had the supplies, it would have been fixed by now. But she has to hear it from like multiple people in order to like believe me. They're weird like that. It's like it's almost like they don't trust my word sometimes, or they think that I'm lying not to do it, or that, which is not me. I don't do that shit. But they're so weird like that. They have like these weird ways. So like my oldest sister, her husband, he saw it. Like they came to visit my parents and they saw that the ceiling was gone. They was like, "Oh no, like why hasn't Mark fixed it?" And like, well, there's no drywall. There's no like sheets to put it up to fix the ceiling. So he's like, "Oh, I find that hard to believe." So he's a know-it-all, right? He thinks he knows everything because he's like almost 60 years old. So he's like, "Oh, that can't be." So then he called all over the place and nobody had it. And they said they won't have it for another 2 weeks, maybe. So then he felt like an idiot. He felt like a real idiot because he knew that, like my mom said, like I said, Mark said that he can't, nobody has it. He's called everywhere. And if you know everybody and you know some construction guy, well, why didn't you go get him? I'm still waiting for it. You fucking know it all. So like then my parents heard him not get it, and then my brother said his isn't fixed either because they don't have the supplies. So because my brother told my parents, and my brother-in-law told my parents and me, they're like they're like, okay, yeah, now we believe Mark completely. We believe you now because two other people, my brother and my brother-in-law, said that they also called and didn't have it. And here I am, like I'm the one who works construction and works in like electrical and in the field. I can get it from people and nobody has it. If nobody has it, what the fuck you want me to do? You know? So then they had to hear it from other people in order to like believe me 100%. I mean, that's why I get mad because like you don't fucking trust me, then don't get me to do the job. Go see if you can get it then. If you can get it, tell him get me something. What do you think I was born yesterday and my mom's a fucking elephant and I came out this size? Come on now. Fuck you think. Hey Rudy, how you doing, sweetie? Yeah, it's the joys of getting old, and then I have to get old and deal with all this bullshit that I shouldn't be dealing with, you know? I'm getting old enough where I don't want to do all this hard ass work, but it keeps coming at me. And I'm like, I keep doing it because obviously I need to work and I need to make money. And it has to get done because if somebody else does it, then we're gonna pay an arm and a leg for it. Yeah, they drive me crazy, trust me. And my my youngest sister, she sees now, like, 'cause she used to get mad at me because I used to like tell my parents about themselves and shout at them and be like, "What the fuck is your like?" I don't swear, I don't say fuck to them, but I'm like, "What the hell is your problem? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, if I tell you it's not, it can't be done, it can't be done. Or if I tell you something ain't right, it's not right. What do you want me to do? Lie to you? Like, And now I'm here fucking paying for this shit to help you out, and you still complain, and you still think I'm like some idiot that don't know what I'm doing. I'm the one who made your house look this bad. Your house ain't looked this good since I touched it, you know? And I still have to like, I always feel, I'll tell you what I feel. I feel like I always have to prove myself to them. And I don't prove anything because I just keep doing what I do and I just tell them, yeah, 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 yeah. Like my dad, he's like, "Oh, are you gonna put a second coat on there because it looks good the way it does?" I said, "The reason it looks good the way it does because you ain't got your fucking glasses on and you can't see. You're 81 years old. You don't even know what the hell a first coat and a second coat does. You never put two coats on any wall in this house because you're a cheapskate and you don't care. You just think, oh, I'll freshen it up and fuck it. You don't think long term. The more coats you put on something, the longer it lasts. So just pay for it once and then you ain't got to deal with it for years. And what is your problem?" And then when I do it and I pay for it, He still says, "Oh yeah, it looks good." I said, "I don't care if it looks good. It's gonna look even better too, and I'm gonna do it my way because I'm paying for it and I'm doing it." So then he just sat down and shut up after a while. But like I don't know why I have to keep going through me proving like that I'm right. My dad and my mom, I swear, that's why like I can't wait to like finish this shit and like get away from 'em for like a couple days. Like they drive me nuts. You had a bad day at work. I turned in my resignation paper today. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, Rudy. Yeah, but that's why I work for myself, Rudy, because I never got appreciated, and I always was underpaid, undermined, and I always like acted. People always acted like I was lying to them or I didn't know what I was doing. But meanwhile, I ain't done nothing wrong. That's what I can't understand. But if I did fuck up a job, I'd be in your category, so then we can all talk about our fuck ups and our mistakes. That's what you want, right? But you don't. When you talk to me, you ain't gonna talk to me about mistakes, cause I ain't making none. And if I do, I'm gonna fix my mistake. I'm not just gonna leave it for somebody else. I'm not gonna be, oh, I made a mistake. I'm gone now. I can't do it. Well, I used to smoke and drink, and sometimes, like when my parents drive me crazy, it drives me to go get a beer or like a cigarette. But then I say to myself, Mark, you're gonna leave here in a couple minutes, and you ain't gotta deal with them until you come back. You know, it'll never happen, Rudy. You can go blue in the face trying. If we're not on this earth to please anybody, not even God Himself, because He gives us free will to do whatever the fuck we want. We pay the consequences at the end. You either pay during your life on earth or you pay in spirit. So you choose. You know. So I'm trying to be, as good as I can on earth so I don't have to pay for no sins in spirit. 'Cause that's when you're probably gonna go somewhere you can't. You're not supposed to you don't wanna go. But even though like I'm not I'm tired of like I'll give you some examples. Like when I deal with people and they aggravate me or they disrespect me, I get rid of them or I just give them silent treatment. I just don't speak to them anymore. And I don't care if they're my friends, my family, whatever. It doesn't matter who you are. If you disrespect me and for no reason, or you just disrespect me, period, and you just like treat me like shit and you do something bad to me, I'm never gonna speak to you again. And all you gotta do is do it once. And that's it. I'm not giving you another chance to fuck me over. I'm not that stupid. I'm not stupid at all. That's why I get rid of people. But people think I'm wrong for that. Like I should give you another chance to fuck me over or give you a chance to prove you're not a bad person. If you weren't a bad person, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. That's my point. And why do I need you in my life? Refresh my memory. Why do I need a person like you in my life that's going to argue with me, treat me like shit, and downgrade me? Oh, hell no. If I don't have you in my life, I ain't going to have no issues with you. And I'm going to be about my business. And that's how I live my life now. I don't care about anybody but, myself, my parents, and my family, and my real friends. Now, if you prove that you're not that type of person or you prove you're a fucked up person, then why should I be around you? Everybody should be like that. But people hold on to these idiots that keep disrespecting them. It's like people love to be disrespected these days. I don't understand. So fuck that. You disrespect me once, shame on me if you disrespect me twice, and I still have you around. See, I don't take a lot. All it takes is, some people I take a lot from. Like right now, My 16-year-old nephew and I don't speak to each other because I'm sick and tired of him. And I told him to fuck off and leave me alone, and you ain't nobody. And because I told him he's nobody, he got a big attitude, and he told his mother, "Oh, Uncle Mark told me I'm nobody. You know, that's not right." And blah blah blah. But it's right for you to tell me I'm fucked up, and fuck you, Uncle Mark, and you're a fucking cunt. That's okay to call me those words, and then when I tell him shut up, you ain't nobody, it's a crime, and you're not going to speak to me anymore. So you can do whatever you want to me, but I can't counteract and say something to you. So you offend me, it's okay. I'm supposed to accept it. But if you offend me, I have to accept it and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And my sister's pissed at me because I don't speak to him. And I'm like, "You should be pissed at him because he's disrespecting me, and I'm your fucking brother, and I'm his uncle, and I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Not his father, his grandfather I'm old enough to be. You think I'm gonna put up with this 16-year-old fucking punk? I put up with this fucking asshole dad for fucking years. You think I'm gonna put up with him? Oh, hell no. No. We can eat at the same table. We can be in the same place, and I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna let him keep disrespecting me. It's not happening." So I told my sister, "I don't give a fuck what you think. He has to learn the hard way. He has to learn respect. These fucking kids and these teenagers have to learn respect. If you don't respect me, fuck you." That's how I feel. Simple. I'm your uncle, for fuck's sake. I've wiped your ass and I've took care of you these last 2 years you've been through a divorce. Who the fuck's been there for you? Your dad or me? Hmm? You must be out of your fucking mind. Fuck you, you little brat. You know? You ain't talking to me like the way you want to. You must be crazy. Who you think I am, your PlayStation friends? Oh, hell no. It ain't happening. And he's done it more than 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. He's done it a few times. And I've had enough now. So I'm gonna make him realize he'll realize it sooner or later. You think I told my sister, "You must be out of your mind if you think I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, 'Hey, how you doing, bro? What's up, man? What? Are you crazy?' Not after what you said. You better come to me and fucking apologize and understand who I am. If you don't understand who I am, then I don't care. You'll just be another person I don't speak to, and it don't faze me. I don't care if you're my nephew and I love you to death. I don't give a fuck. It don't matter. Until you show me some respect, that's when I'll speak to you again. Don't think I'm gonna come up to you and speak to you. You're out of your damn mind. That's gonna let him. If I go to him and speak to him, I told my sister, if I go to him and speak to him first, he's gonna think it's okay to disrespect me because I came back to speak to him. Am I right or am I wrong? Yes, he did. He definitely picked up he is his father in living flesh. That's who he is. And we remind him, we tell him that, and he gets mad. He's like, "I'm sick and tired of you guys telling me I'm like that." You are. So stop being him, and we won't call you that. And if you think I'm gonna put up with you, I put up with your father. I'm not putting up with you. Oh, hell no. Mm-mm. We sat at the same table today. We ate dinner. He don't look at me. I don't look at him. We don't talk to each other. But I talk to my sister. I talk to my other nephew. And I told them I'm not speaking to him no more. Fuck him. We can live in the same house. We can eat at the same table. But I ain't gotta associate with you. And I'm fine with that. I'm good at those things. If I don't like you, I'm not even gonna look at you and speak to you. But I can be in the same place as you. It's cool. Once you realize you're wrong, then we can talk again. If not, it's okay. I'm still gonna go sleep at night. It don't bother me. I could talk about it, but it don't bother me. I have 6 nephews. And as they got older, right, they speak to me less They don't give a shit about me like that because they have their own lives. They're all they're all teenagers now. Every last one of them. My sisters, my oldest sisters, two oldest ones are 20, 22, and 19. And I only speak to them maybe 2, 3 times a year when they come by here, when I see them for Easter or I see them for Christmas. If I see them somewhere and I speak to them, that's it. They don't call me and say, happy birthday, Uncle Mark, or hey, Uncle Mark, how you doing? Not, and I don't care. It doesn't bother me because they have their own lives. It's okay. If I speak to them a couple times, hey, that's cool. But I'm not expecting them to go out of their way and speak to me every day. They have their lives. When I was that age, I didn't speak to my uncles every day. Oh, my aunts, I know, fuck. When you see him, you see him. Hey, how you doing? Whatever. Fuck that shit. Well, she already has. She already has done that, Justin, but it's not working because of him. My sister's told him about himself many a time. She says, how do you think your Uncle Mark feels when you say the shit to you disrespect? And I've told you to stop doing it, but you continue to do it. Then you wonder why he don't speak to you. So my sister tells him, hey, Jonathan, how you doing, bro? Uncle Mark is here. And you know what? She's upset that we don't speak to each other. But I told her, you should know me better by now. I'm not going to speak to a disrespectful fucking ass. I'm not doing it. I'm not speaking to him. If you want to disrespect me, fuck you. That's how I feel. I don't care how old you are, and I don't care who you are to me. It don't matter. I'm a different breed. I told my sister it's gonna affect him more than it'll affect me. Because I'm a grown man, he's a boy. And he's gonna remain a boy to me until he becomes a man and mans up and understands what he's doing is wrong. That's it. And you know what? When I was 16, 17, I was very rebellious, but I wasn't disrespectful. I never disrespected my dad and said, fuck you, or we never said fuck at home. Never. Even now, I don't say fuck around my parents. That's one thing my parents don't like is swearing and shouting and arguing, But when I was 16, 17, I was very rebellious. I got locked out of the house plenty of times for coming home late. If I didn't come home at 11 o'clock or midnight at the latest, my dad would lock the door and I would sleep in the garage in the car. And he won't let me in to teach me a lesson. You know what I'm saying? My dad was very strict. He was a real ass. But to me, he was an ass. But technically, no, Justin, no. I know what you meant. Yeah, I know what you meant. But that's what I'm saying. No, I'm definitely not. No, I didn't think you were near me. That's cool. Yeah, I'm still a rebel, somewhat, but when I was younger, I was a lot, when I was his age, I was, rebellious, and I was, I don't know what other words I can say, but I one thing I wasn't was disrespectful to my elders. Like I would never speak to my elders that way. I would never tell my uncle he's an effing cunt or he's an asshole, like how he says to me, right? And I told him I'm gonna knock his fucking teeth out if he starts talking to me like that. And he's like, you ain't gonna touch me. I said, I'm not gonna touch you. Well, come here then. And then he won't come to me because he knows I'll knock his ass the fuck up. But see, he's 6 foot tall and he's big. So he thinks that, yeah, nobody's going to beat me. Nobody's going to touch me. And I told him, I've chopped trees down before and I'll chop you down as well. I said, I have plenty of weapons in the workshop. I'll get a 2x4 and I'll beat your ass. And it won't faze me. And after you get up finally, you'll realize that I'm not joking anymore. Well, I'm not joking, period. But I mean what I say. So unfortunately, the generation of today is very disrespectful with their mouths and their ways. And they see these TikTok videos and these YouTube videos and these Instagram videos of children disrespecting their parents and their uncles, and they think it's a joke. Oh, it ain't no joke around me. You ain't doing that shit to me. Hell no. No. Exactly, Jonathan. That's how I am. My parents are a pain in the ass, but I would never say to their face like, fuck you and you know, fuck all of you, and unless they disrespecting me, but they don't, you know. So, but I'm an uncle of 6 boys, and none of my nephews have ever said to me, "Oh, you're an effing asshole," and "F you, you can't, touch me," and this one does. So there's got to be one out of. My mom always says there's got to be one. So unfortunately, he's the one that does it. He thinks because he's big and everything that I'm not going to do nothing to him. He don't know me. And my sisters already warned him. If you get on his nerves, he's going to hit you and you're not going to like it. So the last thing I want is violence. I don't want that. But if I have to pick up something and beat his ass, I would. That's why I'm glad I don't speak to him no night for right now. It's been about 2 weeks since I haven't spoken to him. So that ain't happened. All my nephews respect me except for him. And I'm just gonna stop speaking to him, that's all. And I did. You know. Yeah, exactly. Well, he knows not to do that anyway. He knows it'll be bad consequences for him if he touches me. He knows that already. But he's the type of teenager that does a lot of talking. Hey, Miss Bikini, how you doing? He does a lot of this. Look, blah blah, just like his dad. Blah 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 blah. They're like a little chihuahua at your ankles, and you're like kicking them away. He's just like his dad. His dad, his family, they're all the same. They just think that they're better than everybody else, and he's got that bad mentality and way. Apple don't fall far from the tree. But my sister wants me to feel a certain way because his dad's gone, and I'm like, there's no excuse for the way you treat me because I ain't done nothing wrong to you. So don't think that you can. I can say whatever I want to you because I'm older than you and I'm your uncle. So if I tell you to do something, you fucking do it and you shut your mouth. But he doesn't. He goes against me, then starts saying dumb shit. I'm like, okay, no problem. You'll see where that's gonna get you. And I told my sister, he's gonna need me before I ever need him. Because he don't know how to do shit. And I know how to do things. He's already like started to do things that I used to do for him. He's starting to do it. And I told my sister it happens for a reason because he's got to go to college next year. So he has to start doing things for himself. So maybe this is the way he's gonna prep. So look at it as a positive thing. And she's like, yeah, whatever. Because my sister don't want me to be like that, like towards him. She thinks that I can I can fix it by talking to him. I'm like, no, 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 no. You gotta fix it by not talking to him. So it runs in his brain every day that he needs to respect me. Because how many people in here are aunts and uncles and had your nephew or niece tell you fuck off or whatever? Are you going to speak to him after that? I'm sure you won't. Or I'm sure you'll probably grab some and throw something at their ass. Or you'd be like, yeah, I'm staying far away from you because, you're a disrespectful little prick. But you know what? I'm not really bothered by it because this isn't the first time that this has happened. Like he does it every now and then. He gets wind up his ass and like he says stupid shit, and he like does he's disrespectful. But he's been like that since day one. Even when he was like 5, 6, 7 years old, he would talk back to you. He always wanted the last word. It's embedded in him. Like he's just one of those, you know, ignorant, stubborn little fuckers that just has to like, rebel and say shit and like don't care. So that's how it is. I have 6 nephews and he's the worst one. So somebody's got to be the worst. Hey, Virgo, I'm good. Yeah, my day was good. I got a lot accomplished. I'm just talking about disrespectful kids. Nah, Jonathan, it's not like that. People here are very respectful and very kind, and there's not much like it's just the younger generation that I'm referring to. Guys my age, we don't do all that dumb shit, man. We were brought up right, you know? Like all my 40 something year old friends, we wouldn't dare disrespect our parents. We feared them. But these little fuckers nowadays, they're too friendly with their parents. And they're too like cool and they act like friends. That's bullshit. No, no. I told my sister that, you know, you can't do that shit. You can't be like too friendly with them and give them what they want. By doing that, you're showing them like I can disrespect you and get what I want. So you can't do that. You can't allow that shit to happen. That's why it's always good to have a man and a woman raise children because a woman can only do so much. And I'm not saying a woman can't scold a child and make them fear them because women are crazy too. And but that's what happened when the dad left this house. The respect left the house too because he used to sort them out. He used to tell them, "Don't you fucking think you're gonna talk to me like that? You better get your ass in the room before I beat the shit out of you." And they would respect him. They wouldn't say nothing back because they know the consequences. But now he's getting a little bit too, like think he's macho and think he's better than everybody else. Jonathan, yes, majority of the people know everybody. There's only 60,000 people here, and pretty much everybody knows everybody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Obviously, I don't know everybody, but I know thousands of people. That's for sure. Well, that's a bad thing. See, Miss Bikini, it's fucked up. I do chat. I do deal with Chinese astrology. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Josh. It is worldwide. It's everywhere. It's not just in Bermuda. It's just everywhere. But you know what, Miss Bikini, it's not just you and your daughter. It's a lot of people. There's so many people out there right now, and like forever. It's been like this forever. I know there's a friend of mine. His son died 2 weeks ago from epilepsy and a seizure, and he got a heart attack. He was 27 years old, and he used to disrespect his father, and they stopped speaking for a long time, right? And during the funeral, the father went up there and spoke and said, even though we didn't speak for years and then we finally started to speak, right? I'm glad we ended up, squashing our beef and like being together. But, the father said, I thought I was a pain in the ass, but you were even worse. See, because when you're a pain in the ass, your children become more of a pain in the ass. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes, right? So, you either change yourself, you change your ways, or you don't be like the person that you're looking at and learning from in a bad, negative way, right? So that's the whole thing. But if you're a parent, you can only do so much. Sometimes if you scold your children too much, then they get worse. But there's ways to like analyze their behaviors. But because they have social media, it makes it worse because they go on TikTok and social media and like, oh yeah, look at this guy. Hi, he did this to his mom. He did this to his dad. Oh yeah, but we didn't have that shit. We didn't have disrespectful things to show us that it was okay or show us that we have a right, or I'm calling the police because my parents beat me up because I was a little fucker, you know. That's bullshit. That's why I'm so glad in a way I don't have children. Because I'd probably be locked up. I'd beat the shit out of them if they fucking talk to me like how these people talk to their parents now. I'll knock their teeth down their throat. I'll be like, who the fuck you talking to? Oh yeah, you keep talking low. What? Shut the fuck up. Get in your room and stand there. You know what? Pack your fucking bags and go on the street so you can see what life is. Yeah, you want me to pay for your shit? Oh yeah, get out of here then. Get out of my house. That's why God ain't gave me no children. Because he knows they'll be homeless at the age of 7. I'll fucking take them to an adoption center. Somebody else can deal with this little fucker. Because they ain't listening. I say those things, but I'm so like mad because like everything is worse now. Everything, this whole world, the world is a beautiful place, but the people in it are ruining it. The devil is working overtime every single day. But see, God doesn't have to work. He doesn't have to prove anything. You should already know to be on his side. But once you change and go and you sell your soul and the devil takes over, you're fucked. And you end up being like the devil. And then you do devilish shit. And that's why this world is so toxic. Men that want to be women, women that want to be men. I identify as a fucking cat. I identify as a horse. Meow. All these fucking people are mental. Absolutely fucking mental people. That's what they are. And that's the devil in their minds. Because God and society doesn't teach you to do those things. You do it because you're an idiot. You do it because you're mental. You do it because you're a devil worshiper and you sold your soul and you want to be something that you're not. You can't be something that you're not. You are who you are, jackass. So get over it. And that's why this world is so fucked up. Because people are doing whatever they want and getting away with it. And there's gotta be consequences, but there is none. Because everybody apparently now has a right to do whatever they want. You must be crazy. I'll do that shit around me. You think you would, huh? Not me. You identify as a Bermuda short, see? That's what's wrong with this world. Oh yeah, definitely. Like you know what, Justin? Even though my nephew is a pain in the ass, I love him and I pray for my nephews every day. And I don't want nothing bad to happen to him because he disrespected me. I'm not that type of person. All I want is for like them to be okay, but I want them to learn their lessons. And if he does get karma, it's on himself. It's nothing to do with me giving it to him. Because I can't distribute karma. Karma is a part of your actions. It's all about what's behind your zipper, Jonathan. In your Bermuda shorts. Right, exactly, Miss Bikini. So, there's so many people out there, right? There's great moms out there, but you can have 3, 4, 2, 1 kids. It doesn't matter how many kids you have, right? One of them is gonna be a royal pain in the ass. None of them are ever gonna be perfect. There's no such thing. You don't have a perfect wife. You don't have a perfect husband. You don't have a perfect mom, dad, sister, brother, children. There's no such thing. But you can always deflect and get rid of the negative energy. But if you choose to cling on to it, then your dumbass it deserves. So in my case, I tell everyone, I don't need you and I don't want you if you're disrespectful. If you're going to disrespect me for no reason and just be a disrespectful idiot, or you want to argue with me about stupid shit and start arguments and be like a problem to me, then I'm going to delete you out of my life forever. And if you try to come back, I'm going to keep deleting you until you go away and realize that I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm not going to give you multiple chances, and I don't care who you are. You can be my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, my nephew. I don't care. It don't matter to me who you are. You're gone. I don't give a fuck about you. Straight up. And that's the way I am. I've deleted so many people out of my life that I've known forever. I don't use the word cancel. I use the word delete. I delete people, get rid of, goodbye, good riddance. Cancel is just canceling and come back. See? But that's how I've always been, even on here. When somebody gets on my nerves, I delete them and I don't want them to come back. I don't want them ever come back. I don't want nothing to do with them. You know? I don't have time for that. I'm not someone who's gonna forgive you and then you come back and do the same shit to me. That don't make no sense. Oh, here's the thunder. You hear it? It's starting to thunder now. They said it was thunderstorms tonight. They weren't lying. Here it is. But you know, I've been in this world for 47 years, and I've been through a lot, and so has everyone else in the world. You know, but I am the past couple years. I have learned that I'm not gonna give you another chance to fuck me over. I'm not gonna give you a chance to disrespect me again. You disrespect me a couple times, and I'm gonna like put you on hold. And then if you get better, then I'll entertain your energy. But if you're gonna keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and you don't learn from it, then no thanks. And that's how I think about my nephew now. He's a disrespectful little fucker, and I'm not dealing with him no more until he comes clean. And I don't need an apology. All I need is for him to act like a real man, a real person, and stop disrespecting me. So if you don't disrespect me, then we're going to be good. You don't see your brother disrespect me. You don't see your mother disrespect me, but you want to do. So that's why I told my sister, I'm not dealing with him no more. Until he becomes a grown man, then fuck him. You know. I don't really guard my energy. I just don't want nobody around me that's negative. If I meet you right now on the street and you're like, oh hey bro, yeah, I like your car, or hey, I heard you do electrical work. Can I get your car? And I'm like, then I start to get to know you and you become like a nuisance, or you talk negative, or you talk down on me, or you talk too much about yourself. I don't want to associate with you. I'm gonna slowly like break my ties with you and like make excuses not to deal with you, because I don't want anybody's like bad energy around me. Like I can't handle people who constantly are negative, because then I'm gonna get mad at your negativity, and then that means that I absorbed your energy. So I'm like, if I don't deal with you, it's better for me. That way I don't have you in my energy. You see what I mean? So if I don't deal with a negative person for a long period of time, and I don't see them or speak to them for a while, it makes me feel better, because I know that when I see that person, I don't have to deal with them. You got me? Yeah. That's how I look at it. Well, like I said, it's no longer in my hands. I when people like that do things like that to me, I just move on from it. I really don't care. I just move on to the next step. At the end of the day, like I'm just talking about it as an example, but I'm not angry and I'm not mad and I'm not negative right now. You see what I mean? I can still talk shit and have fun and still do a reading right now if I had to, like, you know, I don't absorb negative energy and dwell on it too much. I just talk about it as an example for other people who are going through it. And I'm talking about like the generation of today and how disrespectful they are and how they don't really know life. They're confused. And they got people telling them that it's okay to do dumb shit. And it's not okay. And I'm always the type of person, I want my nephews not to learn the hard way. I want them to learn the truth. So if I guide them, then they'll be better for them because I know I've been where they were before. So it's difficult to get through some people. And some people get it and some people don't. So I feel personally that my personal opinion right now is some things are best unsaid and some things are just best just like to leave somebody alone. If somebody disrespects you, just don't even talk to them. Leave them alone. Let them calm down and you don't absorb their energy. You don't absorb their nothing from them. And one day they might come back around and be a better person. And then you can talk about it. And if they don't, then that means that God doesn't want you to be around that person, no matter who they are. And I've heard many stories throughout my life of parents and children that don't get along. I know people who hate their parents. I know people who just love their mom and not their dad. I know people who love their dad and not their mom. I know people who love their brother and don't love the other one. It's life, people. It's life. And that's what I tell everybody in my family. All because I don't speak to my older sister and my older brother-in-law doesn't mean I'm not going to speak to the boys, to my nephews. You know, because my older sister and older brother-in-law corrupted my nephews, my oldest nephews, not to speak to me because they didn't like me. But when those boys got older, and they came up here the last few years, they've come up here by themselves and they encountered me here and they're like, hey, Uncle Mark, look, this and this and this. And indirectly they tell me that, you know, we love you and we want to talk to you and we want to be cool with you, but only when our parents ain't around because they've told us that, you know, they don't want us to talk to you. And that's fucked up. But it's their children. So you can tell your children whatever you want, but it's up to them to believe it, receive it, or to do what they say, or to do whatever they want, right? Because at the end of the day, they're gonna do whatever they want when they get old enough. You see what I mean? And that's the difference. You have to let them learn by themselves. I never once told my nephews, hey, your mom and dad's fucked up because they told you not to speak to me. I never bring it up because I already know what happened. So now that they're older, they speak to me all the time. They come up, fist bump me, give me a hug. Hey, what's up, bro? You good? Yeah, man, hey, what's up? You saw the game last night? And I'm like, see? And then when they leave, my sister says, don't say it. And I'm like, I'm going to say it. I told you so. I told you when those boys get older, they're going to come to me and speak to me when they're not around, when the parents aren't around, my sister and brother-in-law aren't around. And I was right. And I waited very patiently for them to get older so we can conversate and be cool again because now they know who their parents are. Because I ain't done nothing wrong to them. You see what I mean? So that's the difference. As you get older, you either learn or you don't learn. You either evolve or you stay where you are. So I have to, everyone has to like give people a little bit of free will and leeway to get to where they need to get to with you, if or if not, they want that. Simple. Hey, Susan. Yes. Yes, I'm open whenever you're ready. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just here talking about situations with children and family and how people act and how people behave, and you just have to, sometimes you don't have to do anything, but like people learn eventually, and it hurt that when I argued with my older sister and fucked her off and didn't care about, her, and we went at it, but she attacked me and she never apologized till today. And everybody, and there was witnesses, like, and even my parents were like, why the fuck would she do that to you? I said, because she's a jealous bitch. And we had a big argument and a few people heard it and know that I wasn't at fault. She's the one who came at me, for no reason, but it's because of her jealousy towards me. And her husband is jealous of me too. And for what, I don't know. Like, why are you jealous of me? You got more than me. You have more than me. You got everything more than me. So why you jealous of me for? I should be a piece of shit to you, right? So why you arguing with me? Why you coming at me like, like some type of way? You know why? Because your children love me and you can't handle it. Your children want to be like me and you can't handle it. And I'm their favorite uncle and you can't handle it. And I'm still their favorite uncle. And they still love me. And now they have freedom to come here and speak to me and deal with me without you being around. And that's when they're at their best. And 2 Christmases ago, right? Not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, we all went to their house and we haven't had Christmas at their house in like maybe 10 years. Because my older sister, she's a bitch, straight up, right? And my older brother-in-law, her husband, he's an asshole. And they are very jealous and they're not like forthcoming and emotional, and they're not huggers, they're weirdos, right? And I accept them for who they are and I don't care about them like that, right? But they're tired of hearing, oh, Mark did this, Mark did that, oh yeah, Mark is this, Mark. They don't want to hear about Mark. But that's why they're jealous, because they always hear good things about me. They want to hear Mark is in jail, Mark's a drug addict. Yay! That's what they would do. They're fucking idiots, right? But their children love me, right? They're my first nephews, so I cater to them a lot. So when we have family functions, they will be, Uncle Mark, let's go play soccer. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. I'll play with them because their deadbeat dad won't play with them. And their mom didn't like sports. So they did everything that I did. And then I used to breed fish. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I had like an aquarium in here. I had 3 fucking tanks. I had exotic fish. I used to breed fish. I used to sell fish back to like to people and to like the stores and shit. I did it for a couple years. And my nephews, they used to come over here and be like, oh my God, look at these fish. And I used to let them like feed the fish. I used to pick them up and they used to put the fish in there. And then like, they're like, oh, I want one too. And I gave them fish. I used to give them fish and like, so they got a tank and then they were all into it and they started doing what I do. They followed my footsteps. So my sister and my brother-in-law didn't like that. They were jealous because those boys loved me a lot. And then when me and her had a big argument because of her stupidity, she went and told those boys, oh, Uncle Mark said this to me and blah, 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 and made me look like I'm the bad guy. So they stopped speaking to me because of her. And now that they're older, they're like, I don't care what my mom says. I'm speaking to Mark regardless. That's my uncle, and he ain't done nothing wrong to me. And my oldest nephew told his mother, "We're gonna have Christmas here this year because I'm going to college." It was 2 years ago. He said, "I'm going to college, and I want to see my uncle here at the house. He's coming here. I know you don't like him, but he's coming because I said so." And my youngest sister heard him say, "Uncle Mark's coming here whether you like it or not. You need to get over your fucking bullshit because all you do is complain and you fucking hate people and you can't stand your own brother that ain't even done nothing to you. So he's coming here. I'm inviting him, and they invited me, not my sister, but my nephew said, 'You're coming here,' and I can't. I went, and we had a blast. It was one of the best Christmases ever today that we had 2 years ago. But see, that's how much my nephews love me, that they made sure that I was coming for Christmas because they know I wasn't gonna go because I don't like my sister and my older man and her husband. What they did to me is fucked up. Why should I speak to them? Why should I go to your house? But because my nephew said come, I went because I love them, not those other idiots. I went for them, not for my sister. And then I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go watch the game." And they're like, "No, no, no, you ain't leaving. Come inside." They got me a drink. They told me sit on the couch. They turned the game on, and I stayed there and watched the whole game. You see what I'm saying? Kids aren't stupid, but they get corrupted very easy. So a lot of children get corrupted in this world by their parents and by other peers. But it's up to them to figure it out eventually. As they get older, they're gonna figure it out. And as my oldest nephews got older, they were like, "You know what? My mom and dad's fucked up. What they did to my uncle. I see how they are now, and I'm gonna speak to my uncle now and fuck them." And that's what they do now. They're like, I don't care what you say about my Uncle Mark. He's done nothing wrong to me. You know, they idolized me. I was everything to them. And then when they took that away from me, that's fucked up. You know? So why should I speak to you now? You see what I'm saying? Why should I speak to their parents? I have like this thing where I'm like, I'm never gonna forget what you did. What you did is fucked up, and you're still like that. You know, you're still weird. And grow the fuck up. You're 50 something now. Grow up. And just like get over it. So everybody has family issues, right? You just have to like, even if it's your family, fuck them. They want to be fucked up, then just move on. Don't. People will eventually come around. Hey, Santina, how you doing, sweetheart? You good? Susan, I got your donation. You can ask your questions when you're ready, sweetie. It's pouring over here. I can hear it like it's raining hard. That's all I hear outside is the rain. It's supposed to thunder. But anyway, yeah, that was a long rant. Sorry about that, if you guys. But I know a lot of you are listening, and a lot of you have the same issues. But that's the situation that I dealt with, and it's not right to like do those things. So that's the problem, like with people. Like you should never manipulate anyone or say bad things about anyone if that person likes that person. It's up to you to it's up to you to make the choice to like somebody. Or because you got a problem with somebody doesn't mean that other person is gonna have a problem with them. So I can tell you right now, this guy Jonathan, he's my friend, but then Susan might say, "Well, I don't like Jonathan." Oh, that's your problem. Like, yeah, you got a problem with him. I don't. He ain't done nothing wrong to me. But if he did something wrong to you, oh well. And that's the way life should be. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Hey, Jonathan, go apologize to Susan," or "Hey, Susan, just leave because Jonathan's here." I don't care. Like you do whatever you want. As long as we're cool, then that's all that matters. That's how I feel. That how people should be. The family dinner to solve all pains. Yeah, sometimes. But I would sit at the same table as my older sister and her husband, right? But I won't speak to them. I'll eat. I'll be in the same room, but I won't go up to them and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like I remember what you did, and I don't forgive you for that. That's fucked up. You turned my nephews against me, and now that they're older, they see what type of manipulative fuckers you are. You know, like go to hell. I'll speak to you. I'll speak to your children, but I won't speak to you. And that's I stick to my word. You know, I don't forget what people do to me. That's fucked up. Because I don't do if I'm a type of guy, I don't do nothing wrong to you, then you shouldn't do nothing wrong to me. You know what I'm saying? An eye for an eye, two for a two. So if I don't take your eye, you don't fucking take mine. Yeah? Leave me alone. That's all I ask. Just respect me and I'll respect you. You disrespect me, you're in for a whirlwind of silence. I'm not gonna say nothing to you. If you nag me, I'll knock your fucking ass up. Yeah, exactly. See? There you go. All right, Susan, let me get to your question. Your ex-boyfriend wants to get together. Why does he really want to have sex? Well, obviously, he wants to coochie coo. Come on now. He lacks the ability to be emotionally vulnerable and intimate. Not sure if it's his way of trying to reconnect for sex. All right, let's check what he wants. Don't give up the coochie. You got to give me the key to the chastity belt. See, I tell all the women in here, don't give it up. Don't give it up to no guys. What you got to do is you got to tell them that you have a chastity belt on, and I have the key. And in order to get the key back, I have to FedEx it to you. So it's going to take like a couple days, So they have to wait. And if they really wait, that means they really want you. That's how it goes. That's why they tell all the ladies in here, So I have a lot of keys right now, He said, all right, Mark, we're going to lock it up. No more. I'm the locksmith, the coochie locksmith. That's all right. It's been a long time for a lot of people, but that's a good thing. It's better than giving it up and getting some. Well, what I'm getting here is the reason why he wants to reconnect and be with you again is because he feels alone. He feels very uncertain. He's got anxiety. He feels embarrassed not to have anybody by his side. He's emotionally confused. Looks like he also is thinking about finances and money and things like that. No, that's all right. It's all good. Looks like he has some trouble, but he's still. I don't get a sexual thing here. What I'm getting is he's obsessed with you. He's obsessed with getting you back, being with you, having you next to him, and having you with him, having you do everything. Probably, I'm not sure, but there's a lot of doubt and uncertainty around him. He doesn't know what to do, And that's what I got. I got the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands reversed, the Fool. I got the King of Wands reversed. So I don't get anything good here. But I'm not getting anything sexual. I'm just getting him just wanting to reconnect because he don't know. Some people, men and women, need to be with somebody. They can't be alone. And this guy seems like that type of person. Even if he's not emotionally vulnerable or intimate or sexual, some people just need to be around somebody. And I feel like this guy, when he's by himself, he can't handle it. He has to be with somebody. He has to be with a woman, or has to be with somebody to do shit for him or get shit for him or whatever. But I get more of an obsession and a carelessness, and I he thinks he still has a possibility. In his mind, he still thinks he has a possibility of getting back with you because you actually entertain him, or you actually, not entertain him, but You like if you're communicating with him still, he thinks that that means that yeah, she hasn't blocked me or deleted me. So if she's answering me, that means that we still have a chance. So if you still want to speak to him, then you're still gonna get these, requests from him. So it's really up to you to disconnect or to just, still deal with it. Pretty much. Like he wants to have another chance. That's what I'm getting. I'm not getting anything sexual, to be honest. I'm just getting that, he wants to be back with you. He's got a lot of anxiety. He can't live without Susan. So I don't know if he's like that, but that's what I got. Hey LZ, how you doing? It's thundering and raining here. Not really kind of a learner. He was in a prison, falsely convicted of murder, and left behind by a lot of people. Oh, that's fucked up. I'm sorry to hear that. That's things that happen. So that must be like the but you see when you're in prison, you don't have the person that you really want with you. You see what I mean? So being in prison, if you're a man, you ain't got no woman to be with, right? So that's what I'm referring to. It's like he wants to be with somebody. He wants to be with you. But you're like, no. Yeah. So that's pretty much like what I'm getting, how he is, like how what his actions are. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I understand all of that part, but if he's been with you and he's been like when he did go out with you, how long were you guys together? Because if you're with somebody for over a year, you know who the person is. Like, it doesn't take, more than a year to actually know how somebody is. So if you guys were together for at least a year or more than that, then it shouldn't be hard to open up and say things. Or because you went to a prison. Like once you know somebody, you should know somebody. But I can't speak for everybody. Obviously he's got issues, but I don't get nothing good on him and his actions towards you or his ways towards you. But I'm not getting like him wanting to be with you because of sex. I'm getting he wants to be with you because he wants to be with you, but you know, in that way of I need you. I'm obsessed with you. I have to be with you because, you know, you don't want me. I think he felt abandoned when I broke up with him suddenly, together 12 years. Yeah, see, that's probably what it is then. Because he's known you a long time, he only knows you, right? He only knows like being with you. Right, exactly. This is my point. So if he's comfortable with you, he's obsessed of being back with you because that's his challenge to him is getting you back because he was already with you all that time. And because you speak to him, he still has that hope. So you have to ask yourself this. My advice to you is you have to ask yourself this. Am I going to continue to speak to him because we're okay? And, or are you going to speak to him and give him hope that there's something there? And I don't know if you've made things clear to him that you don't want him back and you just want to be friends. So I don't know. That's up to you to deal with. You have to tell him exactly how you feel. That's the thing. And some people can't take no for an answer, so it could be various things. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, if you're with somebody for 12 years and you get dumped, that's gonna hurt, especially, after all those years. But if you had a good reason for it, boy, it's thundering. My dog's starting to like panic. It's okay, baby. So yeah, that's something that you gotta probably sort of um, whether or not you wanna like do it. But I don't get nothing sexual in the cards. I get more of like a need of wanting you back, of having you back, you know, like seeing how it's going to happen, like in a face to face thing. Now if he actually said, "I want to have sex with you," that's up to you to say yes or no. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he actually said, "I want to have sex with you." Now that's different. And if I were to interpret the cards on that, then I would say that it's an obsession that he has to have sex with you again. Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's something that, I mean, it's up to you, Susan. If you right. So like I said, that's up to you to have, to analyze if you decide to link up with him face to face, you got to tell him from jump, if you want to see me, we're not going to have sex if that's what you want. That's not going to happen. But if you do want it, then okay, yeah, that's up to you. I'm not going to judge you. But that's the thing. I don't know if you want to do that. You can say, hey, look, we can see each other and hook up and get together, but we're not gonna have sex. That's not gonna happen. And then you see what he says. You can always test him to see what he says. That's why I said it's totally up to you now. It's totally up to you. I'll leave it in your hands, Susan. It's all about what you want. But even if you just speak to him and see where his head is and then see how he acts or whatever, it's up to you to see that, to deal with it, to get closure. If you feel you need closure between him and you, then I would say, get together with him and see what he says and what he does. And if he tries, if he acts up or he doesn't do what you want, that's your confirmation to just not deal with him. You know. So the ball's in your court as far as what you want to do. All right, LZ, you said thanks for the super chat. Jonathan, thanks for the super chat. Um, LZ, let me see. You said let's get some general. Scorpio agreed to do a candlelight strings concert with me in a couple weeks. Okay, cool. October. You kind of see disappointed that I wasn't going to that concert, but not too sure. Then he got tricked into buying a ticket by a coworker. I think it's coworker made it seem that I was good, but I could be wrong. Sometimes like that. You said I wanted to know his intent. I pulled the strength card on him. Yeah, so if you pulled the strength card on him, that means to me that he wants to take control in the situation. He wants to like take action. You know, as if you pulled a card asking that his intent, then I would say like he wants to take control because the strength card is taking control. It's the lady opening up the lion's mouth and saying you do what I tell you. So he wants to take control of of you in the situation and say, hey, look, let's get together. I want to I want to take control of this. I'm going to try. That's what it could mean. That's what it will mean to me. All right, LZ, let's check what's going on. All right, LZ, you might be like disappointed or not happy with certain things that you've experienced lately. Obviously, like you've said here, like you're not sure about, what's going on with the Scorpio and the co-worker and all these other things that's going on, the concert. Um, but Spirit's saying that right now in your life, there should be like a stationary period where you just take care of yourself and just like figure out not to get yourself in any bitter experiences or any type of like disappointments or unhappy situations or any type of like life changing stuff. What I'm getting here is there is travel coming up where you might be going somewhere or you might be, I don't know, I can't remember what you said here. You might be going to a concert. Yeah, going to a concert or something like that. So there is like a travel or a trip or like um and if there isn't, there could be like in the future in the next 6 weeks. So that brings you to October. Um just make like a headstrong attempt to get over the difficulties that you need to get over in order to get to these situations. You'll have success after anxiety periods or anxiety situations. Like it'll get better. Okay, cool. Yeah, travel will be good if that's the case. You are traveling, so travel will be good. While you're traveling, you're going to have success doing so, and you might have a bit of anxiety during the travel, but after a couple like out days, you'll feel like okay, yeah, I'm good now. I feel that this was very successful. Um, Things look very hopeful. The outlooks are hopeful. Just have favorable expectations, right? Just like expect good things. If you expect good things, then good things will happen. If you're worried and you have anxiety and those things and you feel bitter or you feel unhappy, then things are going to continue that way. So Spirit wants you to be hopeful, have hopeful outlooks, have favorable expectations, think about like new things, and you might have a reunion with some old friends. Like you might have some old friends that you're going to see in the upcoming months or the weeks. You might see people that you haven't seen in a long time, or you might hear of people, be like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a long time, LZ, how you doing? Or you might see people in your travels like that you haven't seen in a long time. Old friends, reunions, get-togethers, hanging out with old friends, or seeing people you haven't seen in a while. Also, try to get more rest and recover. If you're not getting good sleep, try to get good sleep. Go to bed earlier. Um, Try to escape your thoughts and your mentality. Try not to overthink too much and stop thinking and fighting with your brain. Okay, put it on hold and say, hey, look, I need to stop thinking about this shit. I need to stop thinking about how this is going to be, or when I'm going to do this, or how I'm going to do that. And I know that's hard, because you got to think every day to have a schedule for your job, and you got to think constantly of what to do, what to say. But they're saying, like, spirit saying, like, don't overdo it. Like, take some, like, temporary seclude yourself for an hour if you have to, you know, and say, hey, look, I need time for myself. Let's breathe. Let me just sit here and say, let me take an hour for myself and just be like, okay, I'm good. Breathe, LZ, yeah, okay, I'm good. I'm not going to think about anything. I'm just going to think about myself, what I have to do, and try not to like overdo it. Try not to overdo your thoughts. That's what the main message here is. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're gonna see people that you haven't seen. Yeah, okay, well, that makes sense. Well, you know what? I'll tell you. See how you said, I guess it's just relentless that nothing happens. The reason nothing happens is because it's not time. And I know people don't like that and don't like to hear that because everybody wants now. Everybody wants shit to happen when they want to. You know. Yeah, but that's temptation. That's bad spirits dangling those carrots in front of you every year. See, it's temptations, whether or not you're going to go for the bad things or the good things or the right things or the wrong things. So, all because you're saying it's relentless, not that nothing happens, but things are happening. You got to look at the. But see, that's okay. It hasn't been time for a lot of people for years. Yeah. You've been living for over 40 years, correct? So out of those 40 years, 4 years is just like 10% of your lifetime. You got me? So that's how you got to look at it. You got to look at it in a positive way. You don't have to, but I think you should. You know, there's been a lot of times where I'm like, what the fuck? When is this shit gonna happen? We all wait for things to happen, but when we take charge, sometimes it's worse because we're not supposed to. But the reason nothing happens, it's because you're not supposed to be in that time frame that you want to be in. And I know it's like that, but if you change your path, your life gets worse. Sometimes you have to like wait because think when you change, if you change your path and nothing happens and you see yourself, get worse, it's because you're not supposed to be doing anything. Sometimes you just gotta let things happen naturally. Because your path is your path. If you try to change it, you just retard everything and this, you make everything go back to where you gotta start all over again. So it end up being 8 fucking years. So I know a lot of people say go out there and get it and go for it, but there's only so much you can do because you can reach a dead end every day and be like, I tried, but it don't happen. So for you to say you're relentless because nothing happens, that's the mentality that I see in the cards. You're draining yourself because you want shit to happen, but it doesn't. But what you got to do is my opinion to you is this, and my suggestion and advice is this: live your life the way you want to, right? But focus on the good things in your life. Focus on your job, focus on your health, focus on getting yourself better. Don't worry about these turkey stuffers and these men. Don't worry about love. Don't worry about relationships. Don't worry about other things that are not going right. The subjects and the situations that are not going right, don't force them to be right. All you got to do is do the things that are going right, focus more on them, and then there's other things will be focused on when the time is right, and the things that you accomplish will stay accomplished. You see what I'm saying? And I know I make it sound easy, and it really is, if you allow the universe and God to take over. Because when we plan, God laughs. And like, no, no, that ain't happening. You got to do it this way because this is your path. You know? Yeah, that's what focusing more on yourself is the best thing that I've learned in my life. It's all about me, and not in a selfish way, but a way where I know it's best for me, who I deal with, who I don't deal with, what I do and what I don't do, who I work for, who I don't work for, who I read for, who I don't read for, what I say and what I don't, all those things come into play. Well, there you go. But that if that's only one, but see, that's not the only thing that's going right. What also is going right is you're alive and you don't have a disease. You don't have cancer. You're not dying. So that your health is fine. You may be, in your mind you might be a little overweight. You want to take some weight off, but that's not like that's not a real big thing. It's just a personal thing achievement you want to make. But health is something that is should be our number one thing. Is if you could look in the mirror in the morning and say, I don't have cancer, I don't have diabetes, I don't have a bad disease, I can breathe, I can walk, I have my five senses. Just imagine waking up and being deaf, being blind. You see what I mean? I'm not trying to be like, you know, like pointing out the obvious, but some people need to understand that. Would you rather have the life you have now or be deaf, blind, or with one leg, no legs, wheelchair, you know, be a vegetable, be in a coma? See what I mean? So that's not the only thing going right. There's a lot of things that are going right in all of our lives. We just don't acknowledge it. I hope that makes sense to everybody. But you really have to like look at those things because we're very lucky to be on, right now, to have electricity, to have internet, to conversate with people, to have a job, to have a roof over our heads. There's lots of things we can be grateful for. So please, I want everybody to understand that that's more important. And I'm not picking on you by any means. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of things to be grateful for and going right. Well, that's up to you. Not too many people can help you with that unless you help yourself. The best psychiatrist help is ourselves. The only person that can change you is you. So if you have like a journal or a notepad, which I know you do, just have a notepad and just write down all the things you want to accomplish and keep looking at it every day and say, you know what, I'm going to cross that off and say, I did that. I accomplished that. That's what I do. I have so many papers on my desk and in front of me with all the things I have to do. I got to paint this. I got to do that. I got to fix this. I got to make sure I start to do this tomorrow. I got to buy that at the grocery store. I write down every single thing that I do and want to do. And then when I do it, I cross it off. So that makes me feel accomplished. That makes me feel like I'm done something and I did it. Even if it's simple, like go get to the store and go get fucking bread. It's still something that you have to do or you need to do. Majority of the people on the planet spend that much. I wish I would live where they were because if I spent $1.77 a day, there's some days I don't spend anything. but we're still wasting electricity, so you're still spending. So you got to think about it in different ways. Jonathan, your super chat says, "Does Marley's want to have sex with me, Uncle Mark?" That's the person's name, Marley's. All right, let's check. Okay, cool. A Dutch name. Marley's. Yeah, absolutely. Virgo, what you doing? You sneezing? They say there's 8 billion people, but I honestly feel like there's way more than that. I honestly feel there's more than 8 billion people in this world. Yeah, it sounds the same. Yeah. I knew it wasn't her, obviously, because you spelled it different. At least it stopped raining for now. I don't hear it. I would say yes, she does. Yeah, that's her wish. I got the Temperance and the Star card here, and it's a woman. So and that's upright. But I think that she hasn't been in like a happy relationship in a long time. Like this woman, I don't know if she's been married before. If she was married, I have two scenarios here. If she was married, it was an unhappy marriage and she had to get away from the guy or the person, right? So she hasn't made a worthwhile change, but she ended up making a worthwhile change and getting away from the person. Even if she wasn't married, she's away from that person now. But her wish and her desire is to have sex, is to have a relationship, and is to be with somebody that was better than the last idiot. That's why it's her wish. Because she's ready for that connection again. She's ready to love again. She's ready to have sex again with the man because the person that she was with, something in my damn mouth, the person that she was with was a pain in the ass and disrespected her. She's trying to find the perfect combination. She's trying to find the perfect guy, the perfect person, you know? And she thinks that you might be that person. She thinks that you're a good compatibility and a good choice for her. So she's wishing that something will happen between you guys. I got good cards on her, on this person. I think that she wants to bring together. She seems patient, but she's also persistent at the same time. And in her mind, having sex and having a boyfriend is something that she wishes for. Let me see how she feels about you. Yeah. Yeah. She feels that you are you're a possibility for her. And she feels like she'd be ready to begin an adventure with you or begin a relationship with you, but she feels like you don't want her. You might throw off some vibes to her that you don't want her or you don't really like acknowledge her. I always get that with you. Like you don't give these women no time of day. You sound like somebody I knew. Yeah, she feels like there's no consistency between you and her. But I think that she likes you, but it's just that she feels like you're not giving her no time of day. So if you're not really speaking to her or talking to her, if you do, I think it'll be a good possibility. And if you have to travel to her or you have to travel to see her, this could be what she wants. She wants you to travel to her or she meet with you somewhere. But I think that she's willing to be in a relationship now because she got over the last person already. She's finally over that person. So I don't know if that made sense, but that's what I got. Perfect? All right, cool. That's what I want to hear. Good. Go for it, Johnny. Make Uncle Marky proud. Virgo, you want a message? All right, good, bro. Let me give you some of these love oracle cards. I'll give you one. I'll give you some of these. I feel like you need these, Virgo. I'll give you some of these cards. That's because I like you like that. That's because, it's our season. Actually, oh yeah, that's right. You said your birthday is on Monday, right? My other friend's birthday was today. I almost forgot her damn birthday. Thank God I didn't. I gotta remember your birthday is on Monday. I think it is. I think you said Monday. 9/9, yes. Monday. Cool. My birthday is on Bob Marley's day. This damn dog. Oh, Miss Bob Marley's. Okay. Yes, 3 little birds. All right. Virgo, your first card is the snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. So it looks like some woman that you might have to deal with. You always get this from time to time. There's always some jealous hoe around you or some little snake hoe acting up. So there's another woman around you, just make sure, you keep your eyes open about her. All right. Then you got the chaser. Chaser in codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. Ooh, I just heard thunder again. And then your last card is healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, and being happier. Oh, hey, Harmona, how you doing? Am I still taking questions? Or it depends on what type of question it is. I can't tell you what type of underwear I'm wearing. And I can't tell you too many things, But I can answer questions for you, sure. Yeah. I'm just teasing. Of course, I'm taking questions. Yeah, I'll take questions from you. I got you. You're welcome, Virgo. Hope it made sense. But yeah, could be coming up too. Could be something coming up. Just make choices, better choices when it concerns to people, obviously. For sure. It's at work. Yeah, I figured as much. I know the woman at work is a pain in the ass. These damn women acting cray. All right, no problem, Ilda. Come on. You heard the thunder? You good? Don't freak out, okay? It's not gonna hurt you. All right, baby? I know you don't like thunder. That's why you're awake. That's why you're over here fidgeting. Because I know you and thunder don't get along. But don't worry. Uncle Marky's here, okay? Okay, baby? The thunder's not gonna hurt you. All right, boo boo? The thunder's gone. Okay? All right, baby? Cool. Oh, she's trying to get Jonathan's attention all the time? Yeah. That's because she's jealous that, he wants your attention. You know how these hoes, are. These hoes will do anything for attention. Women that try getting attention from me is a no-no. I like natural attention. I don't like someone like being like bending down or like, well, I like when they bend down, but you know what I'm saying? Like, like over, trying to do over it, a little bit over it. Too much attention is not good. No, not you, Jonathan. Another Jonathan. Jonathan is like, huh? No, it's not you. You don't work with Virgo. No, I'm just teasing. I've been trying hard not to tell her that her annoy me like I usually call crap out. But since I've been working on myself for the last 6 months, I've been making changes not to waste my energy. That's good, Virgo. I'm glad. And that's the right thing to do in my advice. It's like don't let people get to you. Like just do your job and fuck these people. What's meant to happen is gonna happen. So yeah. I'm proud of you for not letting her get to you. But that's what she wants. A lot of people do dumb shit to make the good person crack or to get, to look bad. People do it to me every time. They're like, let me get on Mark's nerves so he goes against what he preaches. A lot of people do it. People like to rile me up. They like to take my humbleness for a joke. But when I fuck them off, they understand that, oh yeah, I shouldn't have poked the bear. Not my problem. You shouldn't, don't fuck around. I told you already. Every day I'm shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. Hermana, I got your donation. Thank you. You can ask your questions when you're ready. Yeah, exactly. Just stick to it. If it's worked all this time, Virgo, then keep working on it. That's all. You know, that's all you gotta do is keep working on yourself and keep working on that system you have. And if it's working, then it means it's the right system. It's the right way to deal with it. And my motto is silence is better than bullshit. I'd rather not say anything to an idiot than converse with an idiot and get idiot results. Miss Bikini, you put the rolling eyes emoji. What are you rolling your eyes at, woman? What? What the hell? What the heck is that? What do you mean he's not having a funeral service? These people are fucking whack. That's why we've been getting. That's why I've been getting these weird messages with this whole situation. That's why it. That's why the last time when we spoke about this the other day, right? Remember how he just said for you not to worry about things and don't worry about that stuff. Like that's you know, like he doesn't want you to worry about it because he knows those people are fucked up and they're doing something against him. But see, they I don't know why they're doing that. Just answer the fucking phone and just tell the truth. Like you know what I'm saying? Like people are fucking whack, man. I don't know. I was talking about family shit earlier. Like family stuff is just so annoying, man. It's like some people like really take the family stuff to heart, like us Ukrainians, you know, and like other people just like take family shit for granted. Like it's just fucking weird. Yeah, well, you can for yourself, you know, you can always. I know it's not the same, but you know, the thing is like um when things like that happen, we really don't have no control because they're not our immediate family. Like their daughter, his daughter is, and his wife are the ones that are in control. And I know that sometimes we wish they weren't in control because we want something for them. But when we're not in complete control, that's the situation. That's why it's the way it is. Because people make stupid decisions and do stupid shit against what we think that is right for them. But you can always acknowledge him in spirit every day. You know? Yeah, and that's the frustrating thing. That sucks, someone. Hmm. All right, Virgo, take care, sweetie. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. Hmm. That's weird. This don't make no sense. If he was buried, then I would fly out and deliver my own flowers. Yeah. But what I'm getting here is like they didn't want to do it because of some disappointments and like they couldn't complete something or they couldn't do something. Like it's something to, it might that was do you know if he was working at all? Because I'm getting like a work related situation and like something like money and shit like that. I don't think he was working there, was he? He's retired. He has money, right? I remember you told me that. My bad. But see the cards, right, are saying that like I'm getting here that I'm getting like disappointments, like the woman's brokenhearted, and they're like they didn't complete a certain task in order to get him this whole situation, and then something to do with the place he used to work with or work for. Then I got a young man here too, like that's involved with this whole thing. But I do get that the funeral was a ban, like they're not going doing it. They're not gonna do it, but they're doing something like better or something like that. Right. So, I'm trying to pick up on his energy again. Like I'm trying to see if he'll come to me and talk to me about this. Because what I'm getting in the cards is not making no sense to me. Like it's just not making any sense whatsoever. It's not answering the question. Hmm. No, I'm good. I keep getting like the same voice and the same message. Like this what I get all the time is for you not to worry. But another thing that I get like is it's almost like he's been put somewhere, you know? I don't know what you call those things. Like you know how you don't have like you don't have like a open funeral and like you get put like in like a certain area. Yeah, that's what it's called. Like, cause he's showing me like a little house, and that's where he is. So I guess that's what you call this thing, a mortuary or whatever. Like you know, like you're separated from like you're not in like you don't get buried or something like you don't get buried or some shit like that. You just get put like in this area. I remember us getting like this was his request, like to not have like a whole big ass thing and all that type of stuff. I'm not getting a cremation because I still see a form, a body, like you know. I don't think he's getting cremated, but I'm still seeing like a body form. But I'm just getting that because I don't know, you know. I don't know if like you have to be because I think once you go into those things, you don't get cremated. Your body still stays in there. It gets preserved. Some bullshit. I don't know. I can't remember how that works, but my that happened to my uncle too. My uncle got put in one of those places. That was his request. I still feel like you'll hear from them in the next couple days. Like he's saying that like his wife or daughter will contact you in the next 3 days. Like I still think you're gonna get communication from them, just not right now. Like they must be good. They must be doing something. Like, but he's telling me that you will hear from them. Hmm. Yeah, I always suggest doing something on your own for him anyway. If that's what you want to do, then I would say go for it. Rudy, you said you have a light on you. Oh yeah, probably. That light in salvation. But I'm trying to tap into him, and he's not really like saying too much. He just doesn't want you to worry about anything. That's what I keep getting. Like he doesn't want you to like go too deep and go worry about it, or like pursue this whole thing. Yeah, yeah, right. And that's why he's telling me to tell you like to not like pursue anything or go too crazy. It's like he says there's some process or whatever, some shit going on. Because even the cards, right? Um, are telling me that this could be also postponed because of another man. So if he I know he says he has a daughter and a son-in-law, right? What do you say here? 'Cause I'm getting like a young man, right? That they're waiting on or they're dealing with, or like somebody from work, somebody he used to work with. So you know how like you line up a funeral and like you want everybody to come or something like that, or you have certain people that want to go, so they might be like prolonging it or postponing it because like nothing's lining up. So maybe they put them in this place for now, and then they'll probably have a service for them later at a later date. Like they're discontinuing it for now, and they've put them in this place, and in order for it to all happen is when everybody can actually be there. I've known of similar situations where they had to wait like a while because certain people couldn't make it, and those people wanted to be there. Yeah, see, so if the funeral home said they're not having a service, it's because that probably these certain people were not going to attend, so they were like, why do it if nobody's going to attend? I don't know if that's the case, but that's what I feel what happened. And I'm getting a thumbs up from him. So maybe they didn't have a service, but they had a little private something and put him in that area, that house thing. That's probably what it was. Yeah. I think they did something better than like a service in their opinions, you know? And you never know. He might have had something in his will where he said, I don't want no service, I don't want no funeral. Just put me in this fucking thing over here, and that's it. I don't want nobody, to deal with that shit. Some people request that in their wills. They don't have funerals and they don't do certain things, or they just get put certain areas and things like that. Some people have their funerals already paid for and planned and everything. Some people are crazy. Well, not crazy, but some people are anal like that. But if he had money, he could have requested that and been like, I don't want none of this shit. So I'm thinking that could be the case, Hermana. But I never get like a clear answer out of any of this, and it just keeps like baffling my mind on why it's such a secret or why it's not available to get the information. And he's not really saying too much either. Yeah, but I don't feel a mistreatment at all from him because he always tells me to tell you to don't worry, and like everything's okay. Like he gave me a thumbs up, so I know that nothing bad happened. And I'm not getting anything bad in the cards either. What I'm getting is like, it's just the way he wanted it. Yeah. I don't know, like it's hard to tell because like he doesn't tell me anything negative. Because spirit would tell shit like if they want to. Because if he was a great uncle to you, he should tell me the info. He would tell me like if something was wrong. But he's not telling me anything wrong. He's just telling me like, then telling me to tell you not to worry and like everything's okay. Like I said, are you sure everything's fine? And he went like that. He was like gave me the thumbs up. So maybe this is like, what he wanted. And I think that his wife and his daughter wanted a different situation, but he didn't, you know? Like I get his wife and his daughter were disappointed that they didn't have a service for him or something happened. So it could be him, he could have been like, yeah, don't worry, I don't want that shit. Like some people are like that. Some people don't want funerals and don't want services and shit. Some people even request to wear certain clothes and certain colors. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know if he had a will like that, but that's what I get. Right. So maybe he didn't want like a funeral service of sadness. Because funerals bring sadness, people, and maybe he didn't want that. I don't know. Like that's I mean, I don't have that concrete answer, but that's what I believe that happened. That's what like I'm getting like in my visions and in my mind, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but like that's what I'm getting. Because if I'm not getting anything negative at all from him, not even in the cards. The only thing that I get that's like not negative, but I get disappointment from his wife and his daughter. Obviously they are disappointed because he's gone. So like, but I'm not getting like a bad thing or an evil thing. So I would like, just to put your mind at ease, Hermana, I don't get nothing negative. I would tell you. So maybe this is his wishes and his will. We don't know because we don't know the will. And if the funeral home ain't saying too much and they just said that, the if the funeral home told you that they ain't really, they can't tell you anything, but they know there's no service, that's because there is none, because that's his request. And that's why I see him in a like one of those places, in like one of those little whatever they call it. Yeah. Because that's weird. My uncle went to the same thing. And I think he paid like 20 grand to go into that thing. That's crazy. My uncle had his funeral already paid for, and he went to this mandatory, whatever it's called. Yeah, so if he had money like that, like my uncle did, they probably like went. He probably went like to that place, and he didn't want like too much. Like he don't want no funeral and shit. You never know. All I know is there's been a lot of death lately with a lot of people. I mean, I know death is like inevitable and it happens every day, but I think it's like more than usual. I've been hearing of so much death and so much people that I know like dying and people I know of dying and people telling me somebody died. Like it's crazy. It's like more and more people are dying constantly now. Yeah, exactly. He kept, yeah. Some people do that, especially if you got money and shit. Like you'll be like, look, I don't want no funeral. I just put me in this nice little box over here in this place. I ain't getting no dirt. Fuck that shit. This is my request. I got money. I'll pay for it, and here it is. Bang. If that's what his will says, then it's that simple. I think that's why you're getting what you're getting. So it makes sense, but I wish he would actually like say it, but he don't. He just tells me like, yeah, thumbs up, everything's cool, don't worry. All right. When the spirit says that to me, I'm not gonna get nothing else. They're just like, yeah, so that's all you need to know. You're good. Some of them will just tell me a whole heap of shit. You know? Oh, you work for Washington D.C. Cool. You smart. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I wish they would cut the crap. These damn clowns. So yeah, Hamana, I don't know what more to tell you, but I think that's what it is. I think that's what happened, and I believe that's what happened. He was a Gemini. That's a good. That's good. Gemini men are usually powerful and smart, and they get shit done. And they're usually wealthy too. Some of them, not all of them. I know some broke Gemini men, but I do know a lot of powerful Gemini men too. You're welcome, Harmon. I just wish I can give you more information there, but I just don't get anything else. That's what I feel. That's what I feel intuitively, and that's what I get. Like I don't get anything. The main thing is I don't get nothing negative. That's the good thing. 'Cause if I got negative shit, then I'll be like, okay, why? But I don't get nothing negative, so that's a good thing. So even though like nothing's really, you're still trying to figure it out, or you want to figure it out, I would say like just like it's fine. It's nothing negative, which is great. He had a business, yeah, he had businesses, yeah. Yeah, usually Gemini men are they have businesses and shit. Gemini and Aquarius are very compatible. That's why he was good to you. Like out of the air signs, Gemini and Aquarius get along the most. Let me see. Let me check if there's going to be one. Libra so. I'm getting no. I'm getting no. You're not going to be like flying out for a memorial service. I got no for that. It looks like you're not going to have to go anywhere and there won't be any service. I'm getting a no right now for this month. I'm getting no. So it's still saying that there isn't one. But like I said, you can like do your own memorial service. What you can do is you can print out a picture of him and you, or you can just print out a picture of himself, light a candle, a white candle, and do a little service for him and acknowledge him. And I'm sure he'll come to you, and I'm sure he'll like be very happy for that. That's what I would do personally if I were you. Yeah, do like a special candle, print out a picture of them, or if you have a real picture of them, like just put it there and just do a little service for them, talk to them. You know, it's the same thing, and it's more personal. It's more just you and him, and he'll love that. I'm sure he will. What is the best sign? Uh, Aquarius, of course. Aquarius are the humanitarians. Aquarians have got a lot to look for in the next 20 years because Pluto is in our sign, so we're about to get our lives shaken up. Aquarius are the smartest. We're the champs. Oh boy. Anyway, I need to get my ass to bed. What you rolling your eyes for, woman? What do you want? You want a card? Huh? This bikini's a pain in the ass sometimes, You guys know that? She likes to be a pain in my ass. She's always giving me the rolling eyes. She give me that rolling eyes. She don't give me the rolling eyes emoji, but now she wants to be, now she wants to roll her eyes at me. She got some nerve. And then thank me at the same time. Look, see? See what I mean? See how she treats me? I see. You don't know what that means. See, man, there used to be somebody, Miss Bikini. I'll tell you the joke, right? There used to be a person that used to come in here years ago, right? And they used to use that emoji all the time. And I used to say, "Don't you roll your eyes at me, woman?" So when I see that emoji, I say it all the time. "So what you rolling your eyes at for? You don't be rolling your eyes at me, woman." I used to say it all the time to this person. They used to use that emoji all the time. And I always used to say that. I used to say, "Fuck you rolling your eyes at me, woman. Don't be rolling your eyes at me." I'll give you a card before I go. Because I don't want you to roll your eyes at me. Yeah, that's a good one. See how you looking for your brains? I gotta use that one. Don't roll your eyes at me. You looking for your brains? Your dad's a smart man. See, I gotta use that. Yeah, the flamingo champ. There you go, Hermana. You're welcome, Hermana, anytime. All right, let me give this woman a card so she don't roll her eyes at me looking for a brain. Even though I know it's wearing for me, but And you're welcome, Miss Bikini, anytime. I got you. Don't you roll your eyes at me, woman. I used to love saying that to her. Fuck you rolling your eyes at me, woman. All right. Oh, you got the very first card, number 1. Let's see. All right, Miss Bikini, you got number 1. And it says, explore new adventures, move forward with confidence. We are with you. You need never feel never feel alone. Trying new things is exciting, but always easier when you have a friend along for the ride. Imagine that your loved ones are with you in the same way they would have been in life. They are standing by your side, encourage you. Go on. They say you can do it. So this is exactly what Phil wants you to do. This is referring to him. How, just do new things, do the same things we used to do together, move forward and be confident and know that we are with you, that he's with you. See? Go on. They say you can do it. So if you're doing something that he encourages you to do or do it with him, then that's pretty much what the message is. Yeah. You can't know that, Jonathan. Just know that she wears G strings, okay? Because she has a big bum. You know? But you can never see it though. Anybody else want to a message from heaven before I go? Me and Diamond are gonna go to sleep. It never doesn't exist. Oh man, shit. 2 more days. I'm gonna have lobster. I'm gonna have lobster on Friday. All right, Hermana, that's a good idea. Let's check. Of course it is. Let's see what Uncle Fernie says. Let's see. Let's ask. Let's see if we can get some more information. I didn't think about that, but let's check. See? Can't make this shit up. You just can't. Can't make this shit up. I tell you, I'm psychic on Wednesdays. Nobody believes. All right, sure, Jocelyn. All right, you got number 25. Changes can bring you new life and energy. We will hold your hand. Number 25. And it says, you can be exciting at new things entering your life, or you can be worried. See? You hold the key on how you feel about some things to encourage you to think positively. Be ready for wonderful new opportunities that you're about to enter in your life. Spirit tells you we are right here by your side. As you try these new things, you'll be just fine. What did I tell you just a while ago? He said to tell you not to be worried. And see, he's going to be right by your side like everybody else, making sure that your life is good. See? There you go. And if you look at the picture, right, it's a man's hand holding a child's hand. So that's uncle and niece. See, he's holding your hand. I'll take you here, no problem. I got you. Uncle Bernie's got you, see. Can't make this shit up. I tell you I'm psychic on Wednesdays. Well, I'm psychic on Thursdays now. See. All right, Jocelyn, let's see what we got for you. You're welcome, Hermana, anytime. We'll figure it out. Don't roll your eyes at me, woman. Oh, wait a minute, that's not eyes, that's hearts. Just give me that widow heart, you know. And don't put me on the big screen. Yeah? Tell you about that already. You're getting so excited. It's only Thursday now. You gotta wait till Friday and Saturday. All right, Justin, you got number 28, and it says, believe in yourself and your abilities. We believe in you. You can do it. Spirit says you have all the skills you need to complete the tasks ahead, so just go for it. Breathe in confidence as you take on exciting new challenges. You are as good as everyone else, if not better. You're an Aquarius, obviously. Your loved ones say, we are proud of you, and go and make it happen. So this is referring, to what you're about to do, where you're going. And they're saying, this new adventure. They're proud of you for making it happen, and you need to go and do it, and then you'll be better than you are now, and you'll overcome these exciting challenges. There you go. That's good messages. All right. Anybody else want a card, or you guys are good, or I can go bed? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yes. It's a good card. Everybody got good cards. Oh, 28th is your birthday. See, I tell you, I'm psychic on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Can't make this shit up. See, spirit. Not only I'm psychic on these days, spirit is pretty much making me psychic. Jonathan, you want a card? Or you good? 28 is the rich date. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. I'm gonna give you a different card. I'm not gonna give you a spirit card. I'm gonna give you a different card. All right. I'm gonna give you a nice card. Something different. I got the perfect card for you, Jonathan. Yeah, flamingo card. Here you go. All right, this card says the world doesn't owe you anything. And it says acting like the world owes you something keeps you in a mentally of scarcity. I think that's what it says. Here's the hard truth. The universe never borrowed anything from you. All the gifts she's given you so far have been gifts. If you treat everything you're in your life like that, you'll be a lot happier. Unless you're a dick, you can just be grumpy. It's your choice, boo boo. There you go, bro. See that? If you treat everything in your life like that, you'll be a lot happier. There you go, bro. See? That's what spirit wants you to know. Okay, boo boo? These cards crack me up. Actually, I'm going to pull myself a card just for the hell of it. So you won't feel left out. Yeah, the eyelid channel's next. Let's have a good laugh before we go. It's always good to go, See, look, this is the perfect card for me. Drink water and mind your own fucking business. That's what I do. I drink water and mind my own fucking business. And on the back it says, "Enough sold." Enough said, I mean. Enough said. Enough sold. What am I talking about? Enough said. See, my card is very simple. Drink water and mind your own fucking business. Enough said. There you go. See? That's the best message in the world. And that's what I do. I drink water. Every time I'm on here, I drink water. I drank orange juice today. And I always mind my own fucking business. I ain't worried about nobody. You ain't worried about me. See that? Mind my own fucking business and drink water. That's exactly what I do. The spirit knows what time it is. Yeah, I can do that too, or a lobster. 2 more days and I get my lobster. Can't wait. All right, you guys. I'm gonna go to sleep. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for donating. Thanks for talking shit. Thanks for letting me give you a message. And I will see you guys tomorrow. If it's raining, like it's supposed to rain here tomorrow, like all day type of thing. So once I finish my mom's, I'm going to my mom's house tomorrow and finish painting her bedroom. It's only gonna take like about an hour or two left I got to do. And after that, I might come on during the day. You know, I actually have a video on my channel with me cutting the lobster and preparing it. But I'm actually going to like record me actually doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna do that, Hermana. I was saying that the other night that I was gonna like actually do the whole process and show everybody and just go live. But last time I did it was a couple years ago. The video is still on my channel, and I cut the lobster while it was still alive, and all these people got mad. Oh my God, you're killing a live lobster. It's not. It's not. Whatever they said. Poor lobster. I'm like, poor lobster. You ain't gotta watch it. Fuck off and get off my channel. I was like, this bitch is getting eaten. Give a fuck about your feelings. What is lobster's feelings? Fuck that. These things are meant to be eaten. You don't like it? Go somewhere else. They said it was cruel of me to kill it while it was alive. I'm like, well, how the fuck you think things die? It's, you know, what do you want me to do? Wait for it to suffocate out of the water? That's even worse. I might as well take him out of his misery. Fuck. What are you talking about? They don't know, see. They don't live the island life. All right, good night, Jonathan, Ilda, Jocelyn, Miss Bikini. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, I'm the lobster killer from Bermuda. That's what they call me. They said I killed the lobster with the knife and stuck him in his head. I believe that video is still here on my channel. I believe it's still here. It's here on Instagram. Actually, you guys can make me go and find it now. Hold on a sec. Let me see something. I wonder if I could search my own videos, I think. I try to search it, but it's not coming up. I wrote lobster video and it didn't show up. No, it didn't show up. I know it's on my channel, but I don't know where it is. I don't know exactly where it is. But I know it's on here. You'll see like a picture of me and the lobster. I think. Is it? Maybe I took it down. I don't know. I know I got like a cookie brownie one. I got some other shit on here. Oh no, I can't remember. I know it's up here somewhere. I guess I have to find it. Oh no, anyway. If I find it, I'll put it up there. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Take care.